Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now. You know what's wild? Just a few months ago, the Toronto Blue Jays were literally one strike away from forcing a Game 8 in the World Series. That's not how baseball works, obviously, but they pushed the defending champion Dodgers all the way to the 11th inning of Game 7. Most teams would have been happy just getting there. Not Toronto. They saw that near miss and said, we're going all in, and they meant it, like really meant it. The front office, led by Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins, didn't waste any time. They went out and grabbed Dylan Cease, the former Padres ace who was in the Cy Young conversation, and locked him down for 7 years at $30 million per season. Yeah, you heard that right. 7 years for a guy who's already 30. That's the kind of move you make when you're not rebuilding, you're reloading. But they didn't stop there. They brought in Cody Poteet from the Korean Baseball Organization on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Then they added Tyler Rogers, that submarine throwing reliever who's basically impossible to hit when he's on, for 3 years at over $12 million annually, even with Chris Bassett walking in free agency. Toronto's rotation and bullpen looks scary good heading into next season. So everything's looking up for the Blue Jays, right? Big money moves, championship aspirations, the whole 9 yards. Except while all this is happening in the spotlight, there's this other story that barely made a ripple. It's about a kid who had a dream, got a chance, and just this past Saturday walked away from it all at 24 years old. His name is Nate LaRue, and if you haven't heard of him, that's completely understandable. He was drafted way back in 2019 by the Blue Jays in the 25th round. That round doesn't even exist anymore, by the way. 2019 was the last year the draft went past 20 rounds. LaRue was playing at McGill-Tulane Catholic High School in Mobile, Alabama, doing double duty as a catcher and a pitcher. The Blue Jays liked what they saw, but LaRue had other plans. He didn't sign. Instead, he went to Auburn. At Auburn, he focused almost entirely on catching. The pitching thing took a back seat. He spent 4 years there developing behind the plate, working on his game. By 2023, after his senior season with the Tigers, the Blue Jays came calling again. This time they signed him as an undrafted free agent. And, they wanted him as a catcher. Why? Because the kid had an absolute cannon for an arm. A Blue Jays minor league pitching coordinator put it perfectly when he said LaRue's got a bazooka behind the plate. That kind of arm strength doesn't come around every day. But here's where things get interesting. They also saw something else in LaRue. He'd pitched before. He had the tools, and they thought, maybe we have some clay to mold here. But life had other plans first. During spring training in 2024, LaRue suffered a severe ankle injury. We're talking surgery level bad. He spent months rehabbing, getting his body right, doing everything the trainers told him to do. By August, he was ready to go. He'd put in the work, completed his rehab, and was expecting to be added to an active minor league roster. That's not what happened. Instead of activating him, the Blue Jays put him on the development list with the Double-A New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Think of it like a practice squad in football. You're with the team, but you're not really with the team. And it was right around then that LaRue made a decision that would change everything. He agreed to give up catching and become a full-time pitcher. Put yourself in his shoes for a second. You've spent your entire baseball career catching. That's your identity. That's what you know. And now at 24 years old, after a major injury, you're starting from scratch on the mound. That takes guts. That takes belief. But it also takes results. And that's where things got tough for LaRue. He spent all of 2025 pitching, bouncing between single A and high A. He appeared in 27 games through just over 30 innings and finished with an ERA north of 5. For a guy who hadn't pitched seriously since high school, those numbers aren't shocking. But in professional baseball, there's not always time to figure it out. The clock's always ticking. This past Saturday, it all came to an end. A notice popped up on LaRue's transactions page on MyLB.com. He was done with professional baseball. Just like that. No big announcement, no farewell tour. One day he's grinding in the minors, the next he's walking away. We don't know exactly why he made that call. Maybe the arm wasn't bouncing back the way he hoped. Maybe he looked at the numbers and realized the odds were just too long. Maybe he decided there was a better path for him outside of baseball. Whatever the reason, it had to have been gut-wrenching. This was a kid who'd been drafted twice, who reinvented himself as a pitcher after a devastating injury, who gave everything he had to make it work. And that's the thing about baseball that doesn't always make the headlines. For every Dylan Cease signing a $210 million contract, there are dozens of guys like Nate LaRue grinding in the minors, fighting for a shot that may never come. These guys wake up at dawn for workouts, ride buses for 12 hours between games, live on meal money that wouldn't cover a nice dinner, all for the chance to maybe, just maybe, make it to the show. LaRue defied odds just by getting as far as he did. And he was a 25th round pick who didn't sign, then came back as an undrafted free agent. He survived a major ankle injury. He completely changed positions at an age when most guys are already established in their roles. He did all of that with determination and heart, but sometimes heart isn't enough. The truth is, we're going to remember the 2025 offseason for Toronto's big moves. We'll talk about Cease's contract and whether 7 years was too long. We'll debate if Rogers can maintain his effectiveness. We'll watch highlights when Cody Poteet takes the mound at Rogers Center. But somewhere in Mobile, Alabama, there's a 24-year-old who decided that it was time to pursue a different path. And that took a different kind of courage. Nate LaRue's baseball career is over. But whatever he does next, you can bet he's going to bring that same work ethic, that same willingness to take risks, that same refusal to give up until he absolutely has to. That's what got him this far. That's what will carry him forward. And that's a story worth remembering, even if it never made the back page.